face to face. And with the spelling, I assumed that it was Jaime. So I talked to her, or I said something and I said that, and people were like, what? Oh, that's actually how you spell Jaden.
To differentiate, you see, one for emergency management is Jaime. Okay. And spelled the same way?
No,
No,
J-A-M, and she's
Yeah.
J-A-I-M.
so Jaime and Jim. That's
Yeah.
right.
Jaime.
I get called Jaime. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
right.
that's right.
Eric, did you hear anything else about the fireworks from the firework guy? Did he ever contact you? I've not heard a word from him. I sent the email last. What day was that? Probably like. I never heard from him again. Find out when you're around.
It's weird. That's
I was telling. They are. So I don't, and but it's never happened.
even if you
Like,
get the lawsuits.
not like Airbnb.
All right, we'd like to welcome everyone and call to order the regular meeting of the West Valley City Council this April 22nd, 2025. We're beginning our meeting at 6:41 p.m. in the council chambers of West Valley City Hall. We have all members of the council present, either online or in person. So we have Councilmember Wood, Councilmember Whetstone, Councilmember Harmon, Councilmember Hune, Councilmember Christensen is online, Councilmember Norfelt, myself, and then we have our city manager, Mr. Peely, and our city recorder, Ms. Kamick, at the dais with us. This evening's opening ceremony will turn the time over to Councilmember Lars Nordfeld.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to invite all of us to stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge
allegiance to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
We need you here every week for that volume. Thank you. We'll now take our minutes of April 8th, 2025. We'll turn the minutes to the council for discussion or a motion.
Motion to approve the minutes of April 8th.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And anyone stand opposed? Okay, those pass unanimously. We'll now go to our ceremonies and proclamations, and I'll turn the time to Councilmember Wood to read our proclamation.
Thank you, Mayor. A proclamation declaring the 25th of April, 2025 as Arbor Day in West Valley City. Whereas West Valley City has committed considerable time and resources to the urban forest and has chosen to set aside a special day for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday, called Arbor Day, is observed in every state in the Union and throughout the world. Whereas trees can reduce the erosion by wind and water of our precious topsoil, cut heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify the community. And whereas wherever they are planted, trees are a source of joy and spiritual and mental renewal. Now therefore, the City Council of West Valley City does hereby proclaim April 25th, 2025 as Arbor Day in West Valley City, Utah, and urge all citizens to support efforts to protect the trees and woodlands and to support the city's urban forest, and urge all citizens to plant trees to gladden the hearts and promote the well-being of present and future generations. Signed by Karen Lang, the mayor.
Okay, thank you. And we'll invite our arborist for the city, Darren Nurden, to come on up and accept this. I will tell you my experience working with Darren. He's been our tree committee chair for 110 years. And he's been responsible for at least the last 20, 25 years of the plantings that have taken place. And he's done a very good job to add the trees into our community and then to care for them, make sure they don't get disease. So I want to give Darren an extra thank you for your help with all of our trees.
You're very gracious, Mayor.
You bet. And then Cindy has got do you have the official one?
Yes,
Okay.
that is the official one.
Thank you.
There you go.
All right. Thank you so much for all you do for the city. Oh, Darren, do you want to come up for a picture? Picture day.
Get away. That is great. 1, 2, 3. That's great.
Thank you. Trees. All right, we will now accept public comment. Comment period is limited to 30 minutes. Any person wishing to comment shall limit their comments to 3 minutes. Upon recognition by the mayor, you will approach the microphone. If you did not sign up, please give us your name and address. All comments shall be directed to the mayor. No person addressing the city council during comment period shall be allowed to comment more than once. Comments shall be limited to city business and matters within the purview of the city council. Speakers should not expect any debate with the mayor, city council, or city staff. The mayor, city council, or city staff may respond after the comment period has concluded. Speakers shall refrain from personal attacks against fellow citizens, city staff, or members of the council. So speaker 1.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council members. We, the Whittier Falcons, are pleased to once again stand before you. We come with the same request as last time and hope that you will stand with us honoring our great community. Whittier Elementary has had a long-standing history of community involvement. Last time we met, we discussed the history of our amazing school and provided examples of how the community was involved over the last 140 years. To remind you, the community provided water from wells, soup on days when the roads were closed due to snowstorms, and transportation to and from school and field day using horses and wagons. The community shared its one church building when a schoolhouse was not an option. Today, our community is still involved, even if that involvement looks different. We now host events for our community, and our community reaches back with support. We've worked together to create a life-size Rube Goldberg machine. We gathered food to donate right back to our community. We worked together to host Pinewood Derby races, STEAM events, and literacy and math activities. Our community is enriched because we believe we belong on the same team. Why do we do this? Because for 140 years, it has been the Whittier way. At this time, we are once again asking for the council to agree to give the honorary name of Whittier Way to 6000 West, right along the front of our school. We recognize that many high schools have streets with honorary names meant to highlight the amazing things those high schools are doing. We think of Wolverine Way, Lancer Way, and now it's time to add an elementary to that list. While we would be the first elementary school in Granite to have an honorary name, we feel this is important because it highlights the good things a community and school can do when they work together, no matter the age of students. We will be hosting an epic birthday celebration in honor of Whittier's 140th birthday on May 15th, 2025 from 6 to 8 p.m. We want to coordinately invite each of you to attend our celebration and hope at that time to honor our community with the commemorative sign. However, if you cannot agree to this sign, don't worry, you are still invited. And we want you to come. We wish to express gratitude to each of you providing us with this opportunity to exercise our civic duties and at such a young age. We have learned a lot through this process. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Speaker 2.
Mike Markham, 3008 Alice Circle. And yes, I still have a problem with code enforcement. I think it's going to get better. I hope it gets better. I have a couple of places in my neighborhood. One of them is one house away. Got up one morning, looked over there, and there was a totaled car sitting in the front yard. A Hyundai that had rolled, flipped, done something, windshield caved in, front end caved in. But it was sitting there, sat there for quite some time. So I called code enforcement, or I sent my note in. The first one I sent in, I made the mistake. The address was just West Alice Way. I didn't put the house address on it. However, the code enforcement officer told me that he drove Alice Way looking for the car. But to be honest, if you're driving to where you see, if you're heading west and then Alice Way turns south, you wouldn't see the car was totaled because the back end of the car looked fine. But if he'd have turned around and gone back to double check what he couldn't find, he'd have seen the whole front end of the car was caved in. Okay. So we've gone to the point now to where code enforcement went out, talked to the people, engaged them. I guess they got them to answer the door. So today they went out on this wrecked car and put a car cover on it. So it's still sitting in the front yard in the gravel in which you guys allow 40% that they can take the grass out. Okay. And they mowed the lawn and cut the weeds. Well, they didn't poison the weeds. They didn't dig the weeds. They just cut them. The weeds will be back in what would you say, a week and a half. So we're going to have the same problem. But in the same yard, there's big tree stumps laying that were from a big willow tree that they cut down a number of years ago. And then they hired a friend of mine to go in and dig out all the ground stumps, and then they refused to pay him. But there's still other kinds of debris in this front yard. There's building materials around the porch, dollies, whatever else you want to, that didn't cut it to me. Maybe that's what the new direction that we have. And I don't want to sound like a bigot because I've already lost the respect of a person, but all of our problems start with my bigotry. Okay. I had another house that had car parts leaned up against the garage door, fenders, doors, so forth. Well, they're gone. I turned that one in, and I also said everything they don't want is in the corner of their yard. All of that stuff is still there. Thanks.
Thank you. Speaker 3.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Jim Visock. Got several things tonight. One of them, I'll start talking about My Hometown project. I was blessed and honored to be invited to several events in the last week. The one I'm going to talk about is one of the last events was the Cambodian New Year. It was amazing. There was a group of ladies who danced for 15 minutes, most of it on 1 foot turning. And it was just so incredible. I have it all on video. 2 performances later, there was a bunch of 12 to 15-year-olds. They only danced for about 5 minutes doing a similar dance, getting ready to move up into this next group. They asked one of the ladies, how long has she been dancing? 25 years. Well, first of all, she didn't look 25 years old, but she said she's been dancing 25 years. But it was the most incredible things. And the My Own Town project has blessed me throughout the years with several invitations to events throughout the city. And I really appreciate it. And I try to get to them when they call me and ask me. Darren, we did a day of service with Granger High School where we planted trees in Peachwood Park. And he was there. He was out there working with them, with the wrecking bar, breaking up the rocks and stuff. And I believe it was 7 or 8 trees that we planted there. So well deserving of the award. I'd like to welcome or remind you guys, May 3rd is Springfest. It'd be great to see you all come out. It's at the Utah Culture Center. It'll be spread out throughout the whole center. So the Clean and Beautiful Committee puts this on along with neighborhood services in the city. So it'd be really nice to see you guys there. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Was there anyone else that wished to speak that did not have a chance? Okay. We'll close the comment period and I'll turn it to the council for any comments. Seeing none. Okay, I'll just give one shout out. At the Springfest, there is a bonnet contest. So if anybody has a really fancy or decorates a really cool bonnet, wear it, you may win a prize, which is pretty cool. So, all right, we will now move on to our resolutions. We'll go to resolution 25-58 to add a commemorative street name, Whittier Way, to 6000 West. Whittier Way was established in 1882, and for over 100 years, the school has served the youth of the city and the community at large. Whittier Elementary School is a center for community activities, youth programming, and special service projects. We heard a request to commemoratively rename 6000 West from some of the Whittier wonderful students several weeks ago, and now we'll take an official vote to do that. I'll turn the time over to the council for comments or a motion.
Motion to approve resolution 25-58.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamick.
Councilmember Wood,
Yes.
Councilmember Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilmember Harmon,
Yes.
Councilmember Hune,
Yes.
Councilmember Nordfelt,
Yes.
and Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Now. All right. So we have a little gift for the school that will be, you can display anywhere in the school you would like. And then we'd like you all to come up and have a picture taken with the council. So whoever wants to represent. So let's have all of you come up and come right here, tall in the back, short in the front. And whoever wants to be in charge.
Okay, we're gonna need everybody is.
Yeah, you might have to put, do you want to move the? Can we move the podium, Sam? Sam, Mr. Johnson, can we move the podium?
Yes.
It's like, yes, maybe.
Two-person, oh. I think that one needs to be unlocked too. Oh, you got it?
Yeah, thank you. Would that give it?
No.
Like 5 more cameras. That's Mrs. Liddell's phone. So look at this one. Dial big. This is the phone. Everyone pretend chair.
Thank you. Oh, yep. Nico. Oh, Morris? Okay, he's just in back. If you give it to me, I'll give it to you.
I'm like, wait a second.
Okay, we'll see. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Flores. Okay. Thank you so much. And I just want you to understand that even in your future, when you're in your 20s, 30s, whatever, it does pay to come to city council and let them know what you would like. So you did a great job. I'll get emotional. Okay, so now we'll go to resolution 25-59 to approve the dedication and renaming of the Jill Robinson Memorial Building, and this one will get me crying too. On August 9th, 2018, Jill Robinson, a dedicated code enforcement officer with over a decade of service in West Valley City, was tragically killed in the line of duty. The Code Enforcement Department would like to rename their portion of the building located at 4522 West, 3500 South in her honor. A dedication ceremony will be held within the next couple of months to recognize Jill's contribution, as well as unveiling the new signage and a commemorative plaque. I will now turn the time to the council for discussion or a motion.
Motion to approve resolution 25-59.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic?
Councilmember Nordfelt,
Yes.
Councilmember Hune,
Yes.
Councilmember Harmon,
Yes.
Councilmember Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilmember Wood,
Yes.
and Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Now we'll move to our consent agenda. These two resolutions are our usual acceptance of deeds, easements, and purchase agreements. We can take them all at once, we can take them one at a time or all together. Turn those to the council for discussion or a motion.
Motion to approve both items on the consent agenda.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic?
Councilmember Wood,
Yes.
Councilmember Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilmember Harmon,
Yes.
Councilmember Hune,
Yes.
Councilmember Nordfelt,
Yes.
and Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We do not have a need for a closed session, so we just have one more action item.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And we stand adjourned. Thank you.